We want our children to know how to use technology, of course, and they need to use computers. There's no question about that. But they need to know how to use it safely, which means you download to them and put them on airplane mode so that when you give it to a young child, they're not constantly sending and receiving microwave. Think about this.
Deborah, I think where people also get caught up is when you say that there's no evidence. There's no evidence that these are unsafe. I think people just kind of tune out at that point.
They're like, why do I need to worry about it?
Yeah. Wait a second. What are you really saying? Are you really saying you want to prove your child is getting sick before you take steps to make them safe? I mean, do you give them umbrellas when they go to school, or you let them get soaked?
That's not a good question. My child likes to run in the rain. I'm curious. I'm curious as to know what's the difference between that, having Wi-Fi at school, and having Wi-Fi in your house.
Great question.
What's the difference there?
First of all, Wi-Fi is generally weak, and it's not the power of the signal we're concerned about. It's the pulse. It's the irregular signal that's going thousands of times, actually 2.4 billion cycles a second. The microwave oven and the laptop and the cell phone use the same frequency. The difference is the power, and the power of the router is trivial. It's absolutely trivial. It couldn't hurt anything by its power alone, but it's the pulse signal repeated over thousands of minutes over the lifetime of these children that we're concerned about. And we are concerned, and the Korean government is concerned, and a number of governments around the world, including Belgium and France and Israel, have taken steps to reduce these exposures based on their concern that microwave radiation, which is coming to and from these devices, will harm our children over the long run. And you can simply wire these things. Wired connections will eliminate this concern.
And it's only for kids under the age of 13? Or should we all not be concerned about the daily radiation we're getting?
I think the fact that Samsung has that notice means that they know very well it should never be close to a child, contrary to what is being done here in the Montgomery County Public Schools. And let me say, the schools are well-meaning. I don't doubt it, but they have the person making the decision, Mr. Collette, does not have training in public health. It's not a public health issue. He's been a pioneer in developing technology. That's wonderful. But the technology needs to be thought of as in terms of the protection of children from things that may cause them harm. And the reason we know it may cause them harm is because there are studies showing an increase in brain cancer. Those have been done by the World Health Organization. There are other studies now from Sweden with very similar results. And the earlier a child starts to use a phone in this case, the stronger their risk of getting malignant brain cancer 10 years later. That's not a risk.
A child's skull is thinner, a child's brain is developing, and that's the concern. So.
And we have animations on our website at ehtrust.org that show you exactly what goes on inside a child's brain, and they get twice as much radiation inside their head as an adult, 10 times more radiation to the bone marrow of the skull. That we know. That's been established by industry-based modeling.
Very
Deborah
controversial.
Davis, we're going to have to leave it there. President of the Environmental Health Trust, obviously a very controversial issue.
Okay.
I know for sure that I have more questions actually now as a result, and I'm glad that I hope you do too, and we can at least try to get the answers. But we do thank you for your time, Deborah Davis. And Laura, just to sum it up with you, I mean, for parents like us who are looking for more information, where do we go?
Well, I mean, you can Google it, you can look online, and you can continue to ask the FCC for updated information. The American Cancer Society, the American Academy of Pediatrics, just continue to go to their, hopefully they will update information and look to them for guidance, because again, this is very, very controversial.
Right.
Two sides to this issue. A lot of people are calling this the next tobacco, but studies are being done as we speak on rats right now. Parents don't want their kids to be the rats.
Sure. Well, thanks for bringing it to our attention. I didn't know until now.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Laura.
We'll have more on Good Day when we come back. Don't go anywhere.